All right, I have gone around and around a little bit about toxic masculinity and healthy masculinity, and I'm inspired by a post that Healthy Gamer GG just posted with his wife. I'm going to show you an example of a man that is healthy masculinity. Here we go. How can I tell? Because he looks so sweet and happy, and so does she. Okay, he has such a good channel. Look at them. He's just some short Indian guy. He's not with chat. I'm just done with all this manosphere BS. Look at these cute people. And his channel is super good. He has a lot of videos that help people. Let's look at some of his videos. To help people. And if you read his comments, the people are so grateful to all the help he's given, like real help. And he answers readers' letters, and he has like a very cheap course. I think it's $50 for dealing with your anxiety and depression.
Certified, and therefore may collect more lint than would be ideal.
Indeed.
It is Dark Horse Livestream 133.
Indeed.
Which,
okay, I love this couple.
It's not on account of 19 and 7 having been invented. Am I right about that?
Invented?
Had they not been...
19 and 7 were invented in the same way that sex is assigned at birth.
So by an obstetrician? That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Which is to say, neither invented nor assigned.
Discovered?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we know who discovered them? We don't need to. If we do, I want to be complete about it.
Do you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, we do not. We do not.
Okay, then it is
I do
not.
That was Brett Weinstein and his wife Heather Haying, both PhD biologists, authors, parents, married couple. And I wanted you to notice, not only does he have masculine energy, notice how he speaks to his wife. Very different from how Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate talk to women and about women. And notice how she speaks to him. And I've watched many of their podcasts on YouTube. They actually listen to each other. They joke around. They don't interrupt each other. They don't put each other down. They actually listen and are interested in what the other has to say. They have teenage children. They've been married like 20 some years or 30 years. Okay? That's masculine energy. That's feminine energy. She's not parading around in some hoochie coochie dress. They're not all judgmental. There are a lot of people that I don't like to listen to because their energy isn't clean like that. So I really want you guys to get this. Now I'm going to show you Coleman Hughes, another one of masculine energy.
The line that I've used, and the way I think of this, is that race is a social construct inspired by a biological reality, much in the way that the concept of a month is just an arbitrary number of days, but it's sort of loosely inspired by the idea that the time it takes the month to complete the lunar cycle. Sorry, the moon to complete the lunar cycle. It's like so race in that sense. We have these categories that are loosely inspired by a fact, which is that different groups migrated out of Africa 50,000 years ago and evolved to demonstrate all of the differences that account for why I look different than you. Why my skin is this way and your skin is that way. And we take that fact and then build these socially constructed categories inspired by it, but not actually precisely tracking it. And your book is like it's a reservoir of example after example after example in which the social construct so clearly reveals itself to be absurd and completely arbitrary, and yet it really makes a difference which box you are able to check if you're a business owner applying for a government contract, which can be very lucrative, if you are applying to a college.
He's interviewing someone. I don't know if that was the best interview yet, but He's very masculine. I think he's only 5'2". Let's see. So that's really good. I have had some people recommend that I watch different YouTube channels, and there's a lady that's like married to an older guy who's very religious, but she's kind of judgmental. She came after me on Twitter in a way I didn't like. She was kind of judgy with me because I used my bookkeeper profile to reply to one of her comments. I have trouble sometimes with some of these younger people. Like Coleman Hughes is only 22. He's pretty good for being so young, but often some of these younger people are still trying to figure things out, and I'm 60. So when I'm looking for a role model, I'm looking for someone who has their shit together, and I don't think of it lightly. I'm a lot more picky, probably. And I don't want to listen to people anymore where right off the bat I'm like, nah, don't like your vibe, don't feel like you're loving. Let's look at some women that are think would be kind women.
Possibly going back on TV, and it would be in local news, but that is TBD. Again, though, you made my exact point. For example, one of my mentors who was on CNN for a while, Rick Sanchez, he started as a reporter, and then he eventually got his own show on CNN. And he went from, the young reporter from Miami gets to CNN, then becomes a somebody, and it's like CNN created him. I had a former general manager who, at our network, he just wanted big names. He just wanted big names to bring people over to look at our network, including like interviewing Matt Lauer, okay? And it was like, what are you doing? You're literally grabbing like the journalism trash from the journalism trash bin, and you're throwing them on air, and you're saying you don't want to be biased when you're hiring the most biased guy ever. And people who are known biased for his brother. Yeah. Exactly. Everybody saw what happened. Was ousted. He didn't leave.
I love Fair and Balance. I donate to her. And they're talking about Chris Cuomo coming back on TV. Chris Cuomo is also a toxic masculinity. I can pick up in a heartbeat his arrogance. So if I can feel the arrogance, and this is maybe where women are better than men at this, I can feel the arrogance, the grandiosity, the anger, and the control. I can feel that, and I'm like, whoa, I got to get way out of here. Dan Abrams, also from whatever news station that is, I think Court TV, very toxic. Fair and Balanced is very good. Kim Iverson is very good. Let's check out Kim Iverson.
I'm here to just take your questions today, kind of give you some updates on what's going on. I know I haven't spoken to you guys since I left the Hill and have, and then I made my video, and then I've been doing my channel again, and I haven't had a chance to check in. So here I am, and checking in and whatnot. So if you have any questions, just ask them in the chat, but be sure to put at Kim Iverson.
Kim and Farron left their main station news jobs because they were committed to their integrity and their authenticity, and I trust them. I believe they're honest. And notice they're not running around in those little outfits to get sexual attention. They actually deliver good news, and I watch them. They're good. Also on YouTube, if you're looking at coaching videos, the Crappy Childhood Fairy, she's really good. I'll show you what she looks like. So you can kind of get a feel for what I consider healthy, feminine, or masculine energy. I'm giving you some examples here, so you don't have to go search the internet. Oopsie.
Experiencing real love sounds like it's something that just arrives in your life. Like it's there and then you found it. Something another person delivers to you, and then everything about you and your life changes. Or that's the hope, right? Now there's so much thinking that's pervasive in our culture that paints love this way. You meet online, you pick someone, you meet a couple of times, there's sex, you decide, they're to this or they're to that, or they're not into you, or you're grossed out by them, or they ghost you, and you block them. This structure for finding love feels more like a flea market to me.
So you will forgive me if the links that you send me to people are not aligned with what I value and the energy I value. I appreciate you sending me links. However, I may, as soon as I watch the person, I'm going to decide within a couple seconds if their energy resonates with me or not, based on how they're speaking and who they're being. And that's the energy I go on. And so I just want to give you guys some examples of what I consider healthy. I don't want to present the ones that are unhealthy. I've already told you what they are, and I don't want to give them energy here. So I hope this is really helpful, and I hope you guys like my channel. And just remember that to be kind to yourself. Notice how you're speaking to yourself. Notice what kind of, make sure that I'm inviting you to make sure that people treat you kindly, that you expect to be treated kindly, that you expect people to care about your feelings, and that you speak up properly about your feelings, and that you're kind to other people. And that's what this channel is all about. And I hope that I have given you some examples of men and women that have good, healthy energy, in my opinion.